Good day. It is October the 15th. Almost halfway over. Actually, noon today will be halfway over. And today we continue in John 3, doing verses 22 to 26, and Proverbs 15. Remember, if you'd like to be tagged when I post these videos, or if you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, complaints, or anything else, you may reach me through 810-242-2997. That's 810-242-2997. You can call, text, leave a message, whichever you like. And we begin John 3, starting at verse 22. After this, Jesus' disciples went into the Judean countryside, where he spent some time with them and baptized. 23. Now John was also baptizing at Aenon, near Salem, because the water was plentiful there, and the people kept coming to be baptized. 24. For John had not yet been thrown into prison. 25. Then a dispute arose between John's disciples and a certain Jew over the issue of ceremonial washing. 26. So John's disciples came to him and said, "Look, Rabbi, the one who was with you beyond the Jordan, the one you testified about, he is baptizing, and everyone is going to him." Okay. John 22. After this, Jesus and his disciples went into the Judean countryside, where he spent some time with them and baptized. This is John remembering. This continuation of John the Baptist's ministry, that is repentance, that hasn't ended, because he's continuing it. And Jesus' ministry at this time, he's preaching the same thing that John did. Salvation through repentance. You'll find out that out later. (23) Now John was also baptizing at Aenon, near Salem, because the water was plentiful there, and the people kept coming to be baptized. This is not a rival, but it's in preparation. Also, it's like a lot of springs there and stuff like that, so plenty of water. This is not the Jordan. (24) For John had not yet been thrown into prison. Jesus' ministry began during John's ministry. This is before Matthew 4 and 12. 25. Then a dispute arose between John's disciples and a certain Jew over the issue of ceremonial washing. We are not told what the dispute is or who it's with, but a dispute arose. So John's disciples came to him and said, "Look, Rabbi, the one who is with you beyond the Jordan, the one you testified about, he is baptizing and everyone's going to him." They're kind of offended because, John was first. They thought he should have primacy. Be first. But Jesus is gaining more than John, and John is losing disciples. Some of Jesus' disciples came from John. Proverbs 15. A soft answer turneth away wrath, but a grievous word stirreth up anger. Yeah, be polite. Don't be rude. 2. The tongue of the wise uses knowledge rightly, but the mouth of the poor poureth out foolishness. 3. The eyes of Yahweh are in every place, keeping watch upon the evil and the good. God is watching. 4. A soothing tongue is a tree of life, but perverseness therein is a wound to the spirit. 5. A fool despises his father's correction, but he that regardeth reproof is prudent. Yeah, accept correction. Admit when you're wrong. 6. In the house of the righteous is much treasure, but in the revenues of the wicked is trouble. 7. The lips of the wise disperse knowledge, but the heart of the foolish is not steadfast. Yeah, he keeps going to and fro with every new thing. 8. The sacrifice of the wicked is an abomination to Yahweh, but the prayer of the upright is his delight. Yeah, if the wicked is doing a sacrifice to God, he's trying to bribe him, because he's not listening to him, not doing anything. He says, "Oh, I need a favor, God." 9. The way of the wicked is an abomination to Yahweh, but he loveth those that follows after the righteous way. Also, yet saying, God is trying to tell you where you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to be doing. And the wicked say, no, I'm good. 10. There is a grievous correction for him that forsaketh the way, and he that hateth reproof shall die. 11. The netherworld and destruction are before Yahweh. How much more the hearts of the children of men? Yet God knows what's happening. 12. A scorner loveth not to be reproved, but he will not go unto the wise. 13. A merry heart maketh a cheerful countenance, but by sorrow of heart the spirit is broken. 14. The heart of him that hath discernment seeketh knowledge, but the mouth of fools treateth folly. 15. All the days of the poor are evil, but he that is of a merry heart has a continual feast. 16. Better is a little with the fear of Yahweh than great treasure and oil and turmoil within. Yeah, peace and quiet is better than fighting. 17. Better is the dinner of herbs where love is than a stalled ox and hatred therewith. Again, better a small dinner than fighting. No matter how rich it is, how great of a meal. 18. A wrathful man stirs up discord, but he that is slow to anger appeaseth strife. 19. The way of the sluggards is though hedged by thorns, but the path of the upright is even. Sluggards are lazy. 20. A wise son maketh a glad father, and a foolish man despises his mother. 21. Folly is joy to him that lacketh understanding, but a man discernment walketh straight forward. 22. For want of counsel, purposes are frustrated, but the multitude of counselors, they are established. Get advice. Asking different opinions is best. 23. A man has joy in the answer of his mouth, and a word in due season, how good it is. 24. The path of the life goes upright for the wise, that he may depart from the netherworld beneath. 25. Yahweh will pluck up the house of the proud, but he will establish the border of the widow. God will get rid of the proud, the arrogant. 26. The thoughts of wickedness are an abomination to Yahweh, but the words of pleasantness are pure. Don't even think wickedness, as God hates it. 27. He that is greedy of grain troubleth his own house, but he that hateth gifts shall live. That's bribes. 28. The heart of the righteous studieth the answers, but the mouth of the wicked poureth out evil things. The righteous finds out what's going on, then answers. 29. Yahweh is far from the wicked, but he heareth the prayer of the righteous. 30. The light of the eyes rejoices the heart, and a good report maketh bones fat. 31. The ear that hearkeneth to reproof of life abideth among the wise. If you accept correction, you will live and be wise. 32. He that refuses correction despises his own soul, but he that hearkeneth to reproof getteth understanding. And 33. The fear of Yahweh is instruction of wisdom, and before honor goes great humility. I hope you've been blessed by this reading. May the Lord richly bless you. Remember, if you'd like to be tagged when I post these videos, or if you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, complaints, or anything else, you may reach me through 810-242-2997. That's 810-242-2997. You can call, text, leave a message, whichever you like. Remember, Jesus loves you, and so do I.